The Variety Braille Music Camp offers kids who are blind or vision impaired the opportunity to take part in musical experiences, to learn more about Braille music theory, more about music computer technology, how to edit and record music and compose music using software as a blind musician, as well as opportunities to participate in different bands. The purpose of the camp is to give our students who have a vision impairment or are blind the same opportunities and equal access to music education as their sighted peers, as well as supporting educators to learn the skills required to help out students in their schools.
So I've been playing music all my life. I first started just as like a toddler. After that, I started learning the trumpet in primary school when I was probably about 8 or 9. And I've been playing that ever since. And then along the way I've also taught myself a few other things. I also did drums and piano and guitar. I also like singing quite a bit. So yeah, I've been doing music my entire life pretty much, yeah. While camp does place like an emphasis on learning, I think they do also really want this to be as much about enjoyment as about education, and they really do emphasise not just doing music for the sake of learning it, but for the sake of enjoyment, which I think is the basic reason why we're all here.
I felt kind of a mix of feelings. I felt, oh, am I really going to do this? But I also felt, wow, I'm actually going to a Braille Music Camp? It is very unique. And before camp, my dad was teaching me piano from all his research and stuff. And basically, he taught me about chords, scales, and that's how he figured out that I have perfect pitch. When I first found out that there was going to be a Braille Music Camp, I was like, and am I going to be in it? I've learned a lot about Braille music and all the things you can do, how to put intervals into a song with Braille music, and sharp signs and octave signs and all of those things. The Variety Braille Music Camp has been a great enjoyment for me over the past 2 days, and even though there are still 2 days left, I think already that I've really enjoyed it.
In terms of new things that I've learned while at camp, I think a big one is definitely independence. I do have to really think about being able to do everything myself, and I think camp definitely allows that. They definitely put you in an environment that really requires you to be really self-sufficient, but they also are really conscious about safety and making sure everyone's comfortable, so it's a really safe space to being able to learn how to do things yourself, whether that's being able to get from one place to another orientation, or being able to follow a timetable and things like that, being able to really focus on your independence, but also having fun while doing it. I understand that a lot of people might be hesitant. That it might be the first opportunity they have for leaving home. They might have never stayed anywhere without their parents before. They might just be nervous. But I think the main thing to understand is that everyone's here for the same reason. And if you love music and you're visually impaired, then this is probably one of the best places in Australia that you could be, because it's a sort of a fusion, and it's where you're able to, in this really safe place, able to do what you really enjoy without really any criticism, and you learn so much, and you do make friends that you'll probably know for the rest of your life.
So the final day of camp is where we get to showcase what the students have been learning. There will be lots of different performances, from beatboxing, classical music, percussion, and of course lots of bands. We have a rock funk band, we have a jazz soul band, we have a musical theatre and a concert band, as well as a songwriting band. In addition to learning music skills, both theory and practical skills, there are so many things to learn at the Variety Braille Music Camp, which include social skills, independence and life skills.
If anyone's thinking of attending Variety Braille Music Camp, I just think go for it. you know, you might have doubts about living by yourself or travelling from far away without the assistance of anyone else, but just know that the people at Variety Braille Music Camp, their main goal is to make you feel safe and comfortable. And I think if you're a blind person or visually impaired person who loves music, you know, it doesn't matter what your skill level is in Braille, as long as you love music, then this is probably one of the best places you could live.